I got something out of tune. There we go. That sounded shitty at first. This is your first video and you're like, wow, this guy's already out of tune. You're not watching me again. That was bad. Anyways, okay, whatever. Welcome everybody to Garcia Band. This is an extension of the video Get Out of My Life, Woman. I had a comment a couple days ago from Sir William. He said, you piqued my interest with the alternate use of the F pentatonic over a C blues tune. Do you plan on delving into more detail? I would like to know when or if I do a lesson. So I was like, yeah, I can do that for you, bud. So this is it, William. I hope this answers your question. So for those of you who haven't watched it yet, Get Out of My Life, Woman, when the Grateful Dead or when Jerry Garcia Band covers it, it's a C blues. And I said, you know, not only can you do your C major and C minor and C mixolydian and that stuff over it, because that's what you typically do with a blues progression, you can also play an F minor pentatonic over this. And so I'm going to try my best to explain how I got to that reasoning. And so the first thing that hinted me to, hey, try it, let's see if it'll work, is looking at the chords themselves. So let's break this down. So the song is a 12-bar blues, and it's C for 4, F for 2, back to C for 2, and then they go to a B flat for 1, we go to F for 1, and then back to our C to end it out for 2, right? So F, so we have a C, F, and a B flat. Well, that's not a 1-4-5 blues progression. If it were, we'd go C for 4, F for 2, C for 2, G for 1, F for 1, and C for 2, right? And so that is a typical, that's much more of our standard blues form. When we think of a 12-bar blues, we think 1-4-5. Without a doubt, that is our first thought. But they don't go to a G, they go to this B flat. So what is the B flat in a C scale, in a C major? Well, it's a flat 7 because the B note is supposed to be the 7, that's our major 7 chord, and the A is our 6. And so if we just flattened our 7, which would be a B, to a B flat, we have a flat 7 chord. And if you are like a big like Stevie Wonder fan, he does this a lot. Grunge music does that a lot. Lots of stuff out there does a flat 7. It's like, I don't know, it's like popular, but then also like kind of not at the same time. But, so I'm looking at these chords and I'm thinking, F, C, and B flat, those chords are a 1-4-5 in an F key, right? If we played an F blues, we would go F for 4, to a B flat for 2, back to F for 2, to a C, to a B flat, to an F. And that would be a 1-4-5 in an F blues, right? So I looked at my chords and I said, this is a 1-4-5 for F, but we're just focusing on like the C. We're making the 5, the tonic, our home chord, right? So I can think of this as, oh, this is C mixolydian over an F blues or something, right? Like, it's a little weird to kind of think about. And so I decided, you know, like, yeah, let's give it a try. And unfortunately, my looper pedal's broken, or I'd play a progression for you, and I don't know if I can play the song and play over it without getting a copyright issue. So, so I started playing an F minor over it, and I was like, wow, this works. And so, why does it work? Well, if we look look at the notes in an F minor, especially an F minor pentatonic, they don't really share any relative notes to a C major, right? C major pentatonic should go C, D, E, G, oops, C, D, E, G, A, there we go. That sounds really weird. There we go. Maybe I should go back to the tonic. That makes it sound better, right? Okay, but yeah, so C, D, E, G, A. When we play an F minor pentatonic, we're going F, G sharp, B flat, C, E flat, F. So the only notes that those two share in common are a C note, right? So like, how does that work? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But if we look at a major blues progression, we always say that you can mix major and minor pentatonics. So let's look at a C minor pentatonic. We go C, E flat, F, G, B flat, and back to C. So those share every single note except for one, and that's a G sharp and a G. And so those are the only notes that are different in those two scales. But if we break these chords, if we go into those scales deeper and we look at it in a F minor, like melodic or harmonic minor, we go F, G, G sharp. So we get that G note. That's in a C minor scale, right? And if we play a C minor scale, we go C, D, E flat, F, G, G sharp. So even in a C minor, we get that G sharp. So what do I see when I'm playing this F minor pentatonic, right? What I'm doing is kind of just playing a C minor pentatonic, but I'm playing the sixth note because that G sharp that is in the F minor is the sixth note in a C minor scale. So it's like how to explain this? It's very weird. I don't want to come at this like music theory heavy just because that's really boring. And this has just been a lot of talking. But it's basically like I'm playing a C minor scale, but or a C minor pentatonic, but I'm putting a sixth note in there. The sixth note of the C minor scale, right? And so that is how, like, when I took a deeper look into this, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to work. That F minor pentatonic is just going to give me a minor pentatonic sound with the sixth note in a minor progression. And we can also look at it like, well, that F minor scale also gives us some really cool chord tones. For instance, that B flat note that is in the F minor pentatonic is the flat 7 in a C7 chord. So that's a chord tone for the 1 in the progression, right? Our C chord. So that B minor, or that B flat, is a chord tone. And so there's just lots of interesting little things in this that really help this to kind of stand out. And that G sharp note is a sharp 5 over a C. So like, if we play like a C sharp 5. Wait, am I doing that right? Yes. So it's just kind of a little bit of an interesting sound there. And I mean, that sounded kind of more like exotic, scaly. But that is how I was able to figure out, oh yeah, this F minor is going to sound just fine over the entire progression. I don't have to single it out over the F chord or the B flat chord. I can play it the entire time. And what's nice about it is I can go from playing a C major to C minor to F minor, back to C minor, or back to C for the entire song. So I can be, and it's gonna sound weird, actually, fuck it, guys. We're gonna play it, and hopefully it even just sounds good for you. I don't know if phone's gonna pick this up very well, but we're gonna try it. So let's play it for a little bit so you guys can hear this. Hopefully you could hear that as well, so it didn't sound like I was just randomly playing there. But, I mean, that wasn't the most, like, crazy solo. It wasn't very, like, musical. I'm just throwing a lot of notes in there to, like, really show, like, I can go back and forth between the C major minor and F minor. And it's going to sound good. I promise you it's going to sound good. Hopefully that was a good explanation for you. Sorry this video was a lot more talking than playing. But hopefully that made sense. Like I said, the progression to me, I looked at it and I was like, this is the same chords that could be in a 1-4-5 F blues song, right? But we're just going back to the 5th chord, which, you know, and that C mixolydian is a perfect way to approach a blues song because you get to hit the flat 7 anyways, that F or that B flat. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully this made sense to you. William, if it didn't, please let me know below. And, you know, we can, I don't know, we can even try and, you know, Skype call or something. I don't know. And you can ask me your questions. I don't care. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully that made sense. Please let me know if it didn't. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And take it easy. Happy jamming. That's what I end with. Happy jamming.